Boards
40
here,
or-
Michael Boards, yeah. All right, terrific. Good start. I'll just bring that one
What's
down
happening
there.
there, Benny?
Just looking at it, it's on loop. No. Welcome back, Lofty 88.9, radio with altitude. And at this time of night on a Wednesday, we like to get a special guest in and, well, not gone straight to the top, but on the weekend, definitely. Eastern Zone won the SA Country Championship for the first time. And 10 players from the Hills represented the men's side, as we said, 19 in the women's. And our guest tonight was named the best player at the championship, also featured in the team of the championship as well. And Samuel Callins, male medalist as well from Mount Barker, joins us. Thanks for joining us.
That's all right, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Terrific. Hey, how was the weekend from your end? Because this was your second SA Championship. So, your first experience, and then how were your thoughts on heading into this one?
Well, the first one's quite rough. Didn't win a game. And then sort of coming into this one, knew we had a better squad. And then it just turned out to be a perfect weekend. And despite the weather, it's pretty blowy and wet on the Saturday. But Sunday was like perfect conditions for football. No rain, massive ovals, and the team was good enough to get the chocolate. So
Where was your previous championship swim?
it was actually at Murray Bridge. So I think it's
okay.
4 or 5 years ago. So
Okay.
yeah, but yeah, up in Barossa on the weekend, and I like the ovals. They're nice and big and sort of suit me. So
Okay, and the conditions, as you said, a little bit wet as it was on the weekend, but compared to the hills, a bit drier.
yeah,
Or
a
was that
bit dry.
nasty?
It rained for 10 minutes, and then it was so windy that it sort of just blows the storm through, and then
Yep.
just as cold as the hills, but just it was like playing at the summit, to be honest. How windy it gets there. It was like 40 km/h winds.
The change rooms were a bit bigger.
They were just a tiny bit. So
And you enjoyed the
Couldn't help myself.
enjoyed the standard, and because obviously out in the open, running, creating against the best country football in South Australia.
it was nice. It's sort of just anyone can get the ball, and you look up and you handball it straight away. You don't have to burn anyone. You sort of know everyone's a very capable player out there, and it's sort of you just play an instinct. And that's probably the best thing about that team. We all got on. It's like we've sort of been playing for like a couple of years. Like that's probably why we won. But it was just so much fun playing and such like a different standard from like the HFL. So no, a lot of fun, and take a bit from that.
And Parker Boers brothers, you've played with them, or like you were saying, you're good friends with them, or some of the other guys as
so
well?
I've known Troy, the oldest, since primary school, since year 2.
Littlehampton?
Yeah,
There you
Littlehampton.
go.
So,
Again, the connection.
and then I've just obviously known that family friends with them. So I played with Troy down at Sturt, and then not with Joel or Xavier, but it's nice to play with them. And
Joel, the after-match work in the change rooms after the Courier Cup work, I've just seen it on imagery.
I saw it as well.
Did he do it again in the country championship with a bit of Michael Jackson work?
Not Michael Jackson,
No,
but
was
it was similar carry on.
Likes to dance
Yeah, he
and-
does.
yeah.
He shows off some moves, and
Yeah, good stuff.
they're all quite strange like that. So,
Well, Troy's favourite thing is the trees and all that.
Yeah,
So
that-
Hug the trees.
yeah.
Sensational.
There's some odd characters, but that's what makes them unique.
come
And,
together.
yeah, you love them for it. So
Hey, just take us through the Samuel Callins football journey for those who mightn't be aware of it, where you started and what you've done.
I started at Mount Barker. I picked up football late, so I started playing in under-15s.
What, you played a different sport before that?
I played basketball beforehand, so I sort of played basketball from the age of 5 through to under-18s. And then
For Mavericks or?
Mavericks, yeah, all over the place, all local, bit of state and stuff like that. And then sort of realised I was sort of through, going into under-17s, I was probably better at football and more potential there to go further. So sort of took that on a bit more serious and went downtown, played for Sturt. While sort of when I could come back and play at Mount Barker, I would. And then sort of through there, went into, played half a year down in reserves. I was living down in Goa with my parents, and the drive, I was doing first year of my apprenticeship, doing carpentry, and it was just too far, sort of hour and a half trip up to Unley from Goa. So I sort of just said, that's enough for me, I'd rather come back to Mount Barker.
How old are you now?
24 now, so
Still plenty of time to go back down, mate.
everyone says I feel like I'm old, so
No.
Wait till you get to my age.
it's the cold days you sort of feel more. But no, sort of, yeah. And then after that, came back to Mount Barker and sort of been at Mount Barker ever since.
And Zane Kirkwood, what's the connection there? Because you said, well,
Yeah.
he's a bit of a had an impact on your career or
He
what?
did. He down at Sturt, sort of under 18s. I played up in the seniors, sort of playing reserves there, and he sort of just in the midfield group, sort of gravitated to him. Obviously, once McGarry's and he's a very good player. So I just asked him questions, and we just got on. He has time for like a lot of people, and he was nice enough to share a lot of information about football and sort of fast track how to play on like bigger bodies. Obviously, not a huge midfielder, so he sort of just like how to navigate different situations and sort of use your advantages where you can and try and hide your weaknesses in different ways. And to be honest, he's the best that I've ever sort of seen in person do it. So yeah, he definitely helped fast track a lot of football skills.
Hey Sam, you've won a male medal last year, and now you've been judged the best player at the state country championships. So maybe the offers will come. Is there a bit of a ambition or aspiration for you to go back and try yourself at league level again, or that's gone in the past, you reckon?
It's
only 24. It's
a bit of. It'd be nice to say I've played league football, and I think I could comfortably sort of slot into that. Especially playing on the weekend, it's nice to be at that higher level sort of. It's just a different challenge sort of thing. It's sort of the hills is one thing, but obviously you want to play against the best every week, and that's what you get down in town. So if the option's there, I'll definitely consider it. But it's not my number one goal is sort of getting down there. But if that door's there, then yeah.
Sure.
Out of this, obviously Troy Parker Boys should have been in that state team last year, but we'll move on. Is there a chance for you to be in the SA country state team out of
I
this?
think they're doing phone calls tomorrow, so
Yeah.
well,
you'd think you'd. Anyway, I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you playing? Is it Victoria or WA?
I think it's WA. I think it's over in Optus Stadium. Yeah.
Oh no!
So, beautiful.
I think that's what I've heard, but I know it's over in WA. I think so.
It was Adelaide last year. So
yeah, I'd presume so. It's over there. So
you need a manager, mate.
Well, no. It'd be nice. I just can't afford one, so.
They have to take the Parker Boys just for the post-match.
Exactly. It's the antics of that. It's good enough to put him in the team. So.
Hey, you like golf? Is that right? Tell us about that.
I do. That's sort of, if I had it my way, that'd be my number one sport. I would play that and footy would be on the side. But I only sort of gotten serious the last couple of years and try and play as much as I can. I was actually out there this afternoon. So.
Member of a club?
Yeah. Aston Hills Golf Club. So
what do you play off?
I think I'm off 8 at the moment. So
it's not bad.
It's alright. It's not. It would be a bit low if I could be a bit more consistent and play most Saturdays, but through winter it's not great.
Brian Rule, the great umpire.
He's
out there. He's 3 or 4 off the stick.
He's a very handy player. I've played it with him a couple of times. It's actually why a lot of the boys think I won the male medal.
Ask him how much his golf club's got. Sorry, mate. He paid about 7-8 grand for his golf club.
You're carrying his buggy around for him? Or?
No. I actually heckle him a bit out there. So.
He's good.
I tell him he's not so good and sort of try and get in his head. But he's a very good golfer and he's a very good bloke. So.
Hey, Hills footy resumes this week, as we know, because of the break. But obviously the Roos, the last outing was just one of those games, or I guess, choppy conditions, etc. But not to kick a goal during a game. I suppose it's one that doesn't look too good on the CV, does it?
No.
Contrasting.
Probably not as bad as it looked.
You had the incredible game against Onkers with Roscoe Brooks, and then that one with Harndorf, I guess. Yeah.
Is that because you're such a young side, the inconsistency at the moment?
You could put it down to that. It's sort of Harndorf have been the best team in the competition for the last 7-8 years, but we had set shots from 25 metres out straight in front, and we would miss them. So it's sort of obviously if we kicked one, there's not as many questions asked, but we played well in the first quarter, and then sort of just Harndorf up their level like they do most weeks, and then we just didn't. And then they get on top, and a lot of people just drop their heads as soon as you're down by 10 goals. You sort of just, what's the point?
So there's no truth to the rumour that Lack has said boys don't kick a goal?
No. I wish I could say yes, but no, we definitely wanted to kick one or multiple, but no, we didn't, and it's just something you sort of got to bounce back from.
They're good though, aren't they, Harndorf?
They're a very, very good team. They're beautifully coached. Their structure's best in the league. So a lot of what they do is the best in the league, and it's a bit of like the what you want to get to, what most clubs want to get to. But we sort of moved on from that now. We sort of addressed it and sort of said that's not how we want to play. Challenged the playing group like us did, and then sort of set ourselves for this week against Blackwood. So hopefully a bit of a bounce back game.
Samuel Callins live here from Mount Barker. Tell us about your family. Where'd you grow up and all that sort of thing? And
Yep.
sisters or brothers and
I have 3 older sisters, so I'm the youngest. Got picked on. Normally it's the other way around, having sort of older brothers and they do the picking on. But I got bullied by my sisters. I sort of grew up in the hills in Mount Barker and then Nan. Hence gone to Littlehampton Primary.
Yep.
Parents sort of when I went to high school, went to just Mount Barker High.
Yep.
And then sort of end of year 12, my parents moved down to Gawler. And then I sort of went down with them, sort of just couldn't afford to live out of home. And they've been down there ever since. So Dad's sort of done a bit of everything, bit of car dealerships. What hasn't he done? And then
Mum still playing netball?
Mum has finally stopped at the
Really?
Cherry Ripe.
Because Heidi, who'd be well known to a lot of people up in the hills, played for years, didn't she?
Yeah,
Great goal shooter.
played to the age of 52, I reckon.
Ooh,
So
wow.
yeah, playing A grade at 52 is like, and then she's got that over me. I said I'd never be playing A grade football at that age. So
What about your dad? Did he play sport at all?
he played rugby. So
I was
he
going to say, yeah.
down at Burnside, he's sort of well known down there, and Mum being half Maori, that's sort of how mum and dad met.
Yeah.
They wanted me to sort of pursue that, and I said,
Rugby.
I always tell them there's not much skill in rugby.
He sort of helped you a bit with your tackling.
Not so much. He sort of just let me just do my thing and just supported, and then I've just always been very competitive. So I just want to be the best. If I want to do something, stick to it and be the best at it that you can do. So they more so just support. They've never really pressured me to do. You have to be good, sort of anything like that. They just want the best for you. So very loving and supportive. So
That's right. And what about sisters? Netball or any of the sports
they
at all?
they played netball. Well, one of them still plays,
Yep.
sort of just casually. And then one of them was very good. Sabrina, who's a bit older than me, 3 years older than me, she was a very good netballer, but went through the phase of netball's not very cool and stopped playing to the disappointment of Mum.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so Mum wanted them all to play, and so none of them are still playing. So
There you go.
Well,
it's
still time to get back into it, I guess.
more time to come out and watch me, I guess. So.
Hey, you mentioned before quickly a bit about Lackers, but how has it been for Mount Barker? A bit of a disjointed start to the season, I suppose, with the change of coach, etc. And but how's Daniel settled in? How have you found him as a coach, and how you find the side? How you're tracking at the moment?
Yeah, it's for him to go through sort of that sort of thing, and you're sort of on eggshells, sort of coming in like a couple of weeks for a season. So the transition was so smooth and sort of helped that he was the assistant coach and sort of knew a lot of the players already, but just how quickly sort of flowed through and touched base with everyone, not just all the A graders, but the whole senior squad. The Reggie's even down to the C grade was just perfect from him, and you couldn't really ask for a more seamless transition. And then through the year, he sort of now starting to put his sort of touch on it. We sort of would just stick with the same game plan, and now we're sort of just trying to change it a bit to go to a different sort of game plan, which it's getting there. So obviously you can't really change things from start of the season.
Yeah.
But no, a lot of the boys love him. He communicates incredibly well, and anyone in the team has any questions, they can he's made it pretty apparent that you can just go up to him and you can have a conversation with him, and he'll tell you the truth, and he wants the best for all of you. So no, he's been the perfect person to do it. So
Rob?
No,
You're on?
he's a great coach. Yeah, just interesting, very good question, Pistols.
And also you got the psychology specialist assistant coach Brock Gifford.
Yes.
To say Brock would be able to get you the right frame of mind.
So no mental health issues, Pistols.
Hey,
No.
Geelong
No.
Cat supporter.
yeah.
Is that right? You're a
Just-
Geelong Cat supporter?
I am. So
When did you start going for the Cats?
Just straight
pretty well, maybe 2004. I think I was over in Victoria. I didn't really watch football, didn't support football, and I was over there for a basketball carnival, quite young, and we travelled through the town of Geelong, and I saw them training and met a couple of the players, and I was just like, I'll go for these guys. And then a couple of years later, we won a 07
Big
one.
Port.
Exactly, quite iconic, and then sort of from there, I've stuck with them. So no, happy, good team to go for, I guess.
And what about outside? Obviously, love your golf, Tiger Woods, all that sort of stuff, and Michael Jordan. You're saying you'd
Yep.
like to meet. But what about outside golf, and what are some other interests for yourself?
Cut to the chase, Benny.
Oh, no,
you got a
we-
girlfrient?
No,
I do not know.
no. Well, that's your
Well,
question.
That
all
was
right?
my question.
What about work-wise? Yeah. what do you? Yeah.
I'm a carpenter, so
Sensational.
yeah.
Oh, you were saying before. So
yeah. So
where are we at with that? Yeah.
I subcontracted the company I did my apprenticeship through. So
Give 'em a plug.
Pagolarific. So
Good.
been with them for 6 and a bit years now. So
lot of work.
yeah, fully
A
qualified.
lot of
so-
work around Mount Barker.
It's actually, we've sort of shifted sheds down to Seaford, so it's actually a bit
Ah,
of driving. So
Southern suburbs.
yeah, but no, we still get our fair share up here. I'm actually in Nan the rest of the week and next week, but no, enjoy that, and it keeps you fit and healthy. So
Rob, just one sec. I'll just see what we've arrived here. Keep
Oh,
going.
okay. And future plans? Find a girlfriend?
that would
Get
be,
engaged?
that would be nice to have
do
a
all the
girlfriend.
things, eh?
You would like that. So good way to live out your life, isn't it?
So any girls, eligible girls, looking or listening? So
Good-looking man.
we can put a photo up on the Facebook page for
There's
you.
already one there
Already one there?
with the medal.
There we go.
All right.
So,
Let's get
Oh,
into
as
it.
we normally
good
do,
fun.
we like to just
Oh,
delve,
yes.
This
delve into
originally
our special-
started in 2020, this.
Yeah.
But we've rebranded it.
We know
just
more-
delve into the inner
Sorry,
mind.
Jeff. I always say it's a precursor. We know more about you than you know about yourself.
I wouldn't surprise me.
So great respect. We've actually just borrowed a little bit of from original back in the Hills HFL Unplugged from our old mate Colo, who has the time on segment. So we're just rehashing a few of those copyrights with Colo, who'll agree with us. All right, Samuel. What's your favourite sound?
Ooh, that's weird. I feel like I'm a bit strange. I like, when you can cross a road and you hear the
Oh, the ticket.
the ticket. Yeah, I like that.
God.
Good question.
That's
We're off and
good.
running.
We're off and running, yeah.
That's very
That's
good.
very good.
Most respected opponent.
I'd say Jesse O'Brien still, yeah.
Yep.
Best player I've played on, so.
Okay. When was the last time you were nervous before you came in the door here, or?
I reckon summer playing golf, hitting off the first one with a full gallery. You do not want to shank a ball off that. So that would be, I'd say January.
Okay. What's your favourite time of the day, Samuel?
3:30. I normally finish work and I'm heading to the golf course. So
Okay. So you must start, what, 6?
no, I start at 7.
7?
7.
Okay.
So
So
Okay.
the job's that.
a good one.
Some of these questions are a little bit, so Shane Collins is...
That's all right.
What's up, so-
Wouldn't expect anything.
What do you think about when you're alone in the car? Like sitting at the lights or you're driving to a job, or...
That's a good question. I am quite a weird guy, so I normally think of like weird would you rather questions to sort of ask my apprentice Ethan Baxter, who plays.
Oh, yeah.
So I normally just sort of think then just think of like weird things to ask him. So
Good.
When you dance, who do you look like? Like the Parker Boys boys? Or?
I would look like them, but is John Travolta a good dancer?
Good.
Yeah,
Oh,
John.
mate.
Saturday Night Fever.
I'll go
With
with
the
that.
shoes down
Yeah.
the
That's what I'd like to think I look like.
Shiny shoes.
Yeah, with the white suit. Like,
Yeah, don't ask
there you
anyone
go.
else what I look like.
Step in the light, fantastic. What are you most scared of? Do you have any phobias about things, or falling off the roof at work or something?
Nah, I've probably got a payout.
Keeping away from the nail, keeping away from the nail gun? Or?
I think probably just death. I just don't really know what's coming. So
You won't know.
no, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'd say that probably death.
If you were a superhero, who would you be? Super Sam?
Ooh, I'd probably go Batman just because you're rich. I wouldn't have to work really. So
Good, good.
Very good. What's the hardest thing you've ever done, Samuel?
what is the hardest thing I've ever had to do? Probably.
You can come back to it if you
Yeah,
like.
might have to come back to that one. I don't
That's a
know.
good question.
Good one, Jim.
Think about that, right? Thank Colo, not me. Who in your club would you happily sign a clearance form for? Like, who's the pest in the club? And
I reckon if you asked every player at our club, we would all say the same. Tom Worthley.
Tom Worthley.
Oh,
Yeah.
the whiz.
Yeah.
Really?
We
Why?
call him the Gecko now.
The gecko.
The
Gecko.
gecko. He looks like Nick Blakey, the Liz.
Yeah.
But he's a smaller version, so he's the gecko.
Oh, I might have to pull that one out in the corner of the wild. Out to the gecko.
He's getting around it, which is good. So, but everyone would say Tom Worthy.
Okay.
The gecko.
Now, you're a good-looking man, but this mightn't include you. Who uses the mirror most at your club? Who are you going to push aside? Or
Formerly, last year, Malachi Lyons.
Oh, my boy, Malaki.
Yeah,
Malaki.
with him going up to Queensland, it's now Ethan Field.
Ah,
Loves to make sure he looks all right before a game.
Good.
okay.
What's your nickname, by the way? Or you got two?
I got this either Todge or Thanos. So
Todge or Thanos?
Thanos, yeah. So Todge was sort of, I found out what it was, and I sort of tried pinning it on everyone else, and I sort of just started calling everyone it, and then somehow it got stuck on me.
Yeah.
So what's it mean? Can you say it on radio?
Ooh, probably not.
All right,
Okay,
look it up.
We'll look it up.
Yeah.
And Thanos.
Just from the Avengers,
Avengers.
Oh,
yeah.
Avengers.
So.
I think a Thanos symbol.
Yeah.
Something like that.
No, just from that. So
Yeah, it's just checking things out.
Hey, what's your favourite memory or unmemory, if it were, dislike of high school? Anything that sticks in your mind?
no, not too much.
High school was the best 10 years of your life.
Well, looking back on it now, it was. When you're there, it's not. So
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. The boys from the Huddle, after this, we're going to come around your house for a feed. What are you going to cook us up? What's your go-to meal?
My go-to meal would probably be Atlantic salmon with a bit of some veggies, bit of asparagus, something like that.
Extravagant for the Huddle.
However,
If I could get someone to maybe just bring a meal, I'd get Mum to bring her lasagna. Ridiculously good. I can't cook it, so.
What's your match day meal preparation? What do you have?
In the morning, I'll go to local coffee place and I'll get a bit of banana bread.
is Lackers there as well?
You normally see him around 8:30, so he normally comes and says good day.
Lakers at the coffee shop.
Yes. It keeps him
Michael
business.
Noonan style. Lakers coffee shop.
Like his coffee shop. He does keep him business. He's there every morning.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
And I'll just get a bit of Subway for lunch. Take that to the game.
Working
So.
treat.
Now, we might revisit. What's the hardest thing you've ever done, Samuel?
It's probably I haven't thought about it. Trying to think of a good answer for this question. Probably is.
All right, we can come back to it again.
Yeah. Well, let's say that.
Have you been on a trip somewhere that was, or near death, or whatever, or?
I haven't even been bungee jumping or skydiving, so I haven't done anything like that. Maybe learning to drive for the first time.
There we go.
Yeah, I hit a curb, so
There you go.
we'll go that.
Do you have any aspirations to do things like that, bungee jumping, or
It would be nice.
stand in front of a gale force wind at the summit?
That holds you up, doesn't it? You wouldn't be falling off
Jump
much
off
there,
the grandstand roof.
It's like little roof climb.
How do you find it playing at the summit?
I love it. It's when conditions are right and it's sort of no wind and it's like days. It sort of suits how I play. I sort of want to run. If I could have outside ball day, so it's an unreal sort of venue and it's perfect for how we want to play. So the oval's always in good nick. So no, it's awesome. I love it and happy we have it.
We're just checking to see if there's any queries.
Daniel Bennett says, "Go Sam."
We thought Timmy Glover might have.
He's normally on pretty hot on this stuff, isn't he?
I know. But anyway, so
Bit slack.
all right, Sammy, and also what we usually do is get the thoughts of the upcoming round of football.
Yep.
Because country division, actually, it's become a shortened round this week, Benny, because I did see that Birdwood Gummaraka game. Birdwood have elected not to return to Gummaraka Oval, and I suppose in the circumstances still a bit raw for a few of them. So that game has actually been forfeited. So only the two games in the country division. So a game that will be on the call of the wild, Benny.
Yeah.
Looking
Officially.
looking very much forward to this. Out at the Mount Pleasant, Torrens Valley hosting Mackie. So a big game for the finals credentials of both teams. How do you see this one?
I'm going to go for Mackie. I like their pub, so I'm backing him in purely because of that.
Which one?
Three brothers.
Three brothers or the Mackie?
Or the other one.
I think it's just the normal. I think
The normal.
They're massive schnitties.
Sitting-
They're huge.
Yeah, that'd be the Mackie.
So I'm pure.
Yorkie's pub.
Yep, that's the one. So I'm pure.
Recommend it.
I do, yeah. I'm
Righto.
purely backing Mackie because of their pub. So
Have you seen Benny's caravan up on the hill?
Yeah, check
He
it out.
lives
It's past the primary school.
Yeah, he lives in Mackie.
give you a wave when
I
it,
just
Yeah, give him a wave.
I'll give you a wave next time I go
Yeah.
past. Turn the horn.
All right, Rob.
Torrens Valley. I reckon they're going to make
Top
finish
three.
third, top three.
The Express. Look, it'll be a big game. Mackie, you have to, well...
Nice oval.
Kersbrook is starting to come a little bit.
don't know.
What's the weather? What's the weather like Saturday?
We'll be all right.
3 mil of rain, but it never rains out Mount Pleasant, as you know, out there. I'm going to go for perhaps the Lions 1 to 10.
I'll split it. I'll go Macca's.
Okay, and the other game, a bit of a derby, Dashwood Gully game. Meadows hosting Kangaroo.
Just setting it. Maggie, well, no, you go. Meadows have got quite a few injuries, but
Okay,
yeah,
really?
half a dozen or so. But
Yeah.
that's just a bit of intel. But yeah,
I have a lot of mates out at Meadows.
Including one of your former teammates,
Yeah, I
Radio
do.
Jock.
Yes.
He's injured at the moment, isn't he?
It doesn't surprise me. That guy's a glass body. But they'd shoot me if I didn't pick him, so I'll go Meadows with a lot of confidence.
At Meadows?
yes,
At Meadows.
Meadows.
I'll go Meadows just.
Yeah, well, Meadows, I think they've had too much depth, wouldn't they?
Yeah, with Phil, but yeah.
Okay.
Div 1.
Righto, round 12 and some really, really big games here. Okay, Nan Bremer, the Rams hosting the Loberthal Tigers, the defending premier, who's sort of got to start getting their act
Got
together.
to get their energy going.
I'll go Nan. Jakey Dom's over in New Zealand at the moment, so big out there. So I'll go Nan.
Dominish.
Yeah.
Nan easy.
I
Grand
agree.
finalists.
I agree, Nan.
Yeah, I think Nan. Onka Valley, this is going to be a boomer. Onka
Second
Valley,
versus third.
yeah, Onka Valley take on Mount Lofty at Balhanna.
Oh.
And of course, as a curtain raise for the HFLW game
Yeah,
afterwards.
that'll
Yes.
be a hoot.
They got some good players out
It
there.
will.
Yeah,
So-
be a good game.
Teaching Beck Northwood, as you can see up there.
What is it?
Yep, anyway,
Huddle Hero.
Onka's
I'll-
Lofty.
I'll go on because they need to bounce back after sort of a couple of tough weeks. So I reckon they're pretty tough to beat out there.
My boys, Lofties. I'm on the bandwagon.
Boards is onto it with
Yeah.
some video work.
Yeah.
I'll go Onkers by a goal.
Too quick, Benny. Too quick.
I think the Devils were expected to win this game earlier in the year and they dropped it at home. Pardon me, but I think they might just get it to Kennel 1 to 10.
There you go.
You reckon?
Happy
And
with
they
that.
just about wrap up third, wouldn't they? If they won
Second
this?
or third or whatever. Yeah.
All right, out the Cabbage Patch, your radar host the, well, at this stage, a seemingly unbeatable Harndorf. You had a good look at them the other week, so.
After the last 2 weeks ago, I'll take Harndorf.
Talking to the boys at work, they're not even going to go bother to support their Uradler team.
Really? That's
Too cold at 4 o'clock, they said in Bristol.
It does get cold out there.
Harndorf by 10.
a bit disappointing.
10 goals, 10
Yeah,
points.
10 goals.
I'll go Harndorf.
Yeah, I think you'd have to go for
Courier Cup final in the B grade.
in the replay of the 2015 grand final.
That's right.
Benny. Don't know how many players are left from that team.
A few. Hells.
Okay, Iron Bank Bridgewater v Chunga.
This is the
This is
game
the-
that you boys were doing.
Well, no, never really, but
You know how much
Rob,
you've built their
it
home.
was
stuff?
suggested. But anyway, battle for the actually wooden spoon.
I'll go Chunga. I think they got some quality players out there, and I sort of know their team a bit better than Bridgewater Iron Bank, so I'll go Chunga.
I've never picked Iron Bank this year.
He's gone for him now.
Yeah, I'll go from at home.
Chris McDermott emceeing or
Yeah, big day out there.
Middle
Past
Heroes.
Players Day,
Middle Heroes, yeah.
Ladies Day.
sensational.
It's a past officials day, Rob, would that mean you?
Well,
Rob will be there.
do you know
be
what?
there?
Okay, moving on.
No, boys, just wait. I planned my day around you being there,
Yeah.
and I was going to watch the coverage.
Don't bring
But
us
now
into
I
this.
might
Don't
have to.
bring
Now I
us-
might have to
Don't
bring
bring
my-
us.
Don't
into
bring
this.
us
Might have
into
to.
it.
I'll go. I'll pay my $10. I'll go. It'll be the third game of the year. And my
I'll go Iron Raiders.
All right, and the final game, we won't ask for your chip, but I think they got Matty T kicked a goal, I think, in the dying
Yes.
seconds, or 2 goals in the last quarter to get over. So this time, Mount Barker hosting Blackwood, who won their last game after 6 losses. So how are you going to win?
Summit?
At the summit, yeah.
It is at the summit?
It is at the summit. We normally
Not
play.
Howard Lane.
No,
Summit for the
gladly.
rest of the year?
Some for the rest of the year, so
Confirmed?
You heard it first.
should be. It's been confirmed to
Should
me.
be. Right,
Yeah.
allegedly.
Been confirmed to me. So
Allegedly.
That's all you got to do is say allegedly. It's fine.
last time we played him, we were off a 4-day break from Anzac Day, and we sort of just fell over in the last quarter. So I think just four good quarters, and sort of bounce back after that Harndorf game. We should get the chocolates.
Yep, I agree. Barker.
We'll go to Roos. We
Yeah,
had Kieran Spawn on
Yeah,
that.
he was
Kieran's a
good.
good man. We had him on, and
He was
that'll
good.
do him a lot of good having that win. But you've got to go for the bar. If you want to play finals football, you've got to win this one.
big
don't you?
time.
It's going to be windy.
I think it's actually pretty good. It's just
We'll be
good,
right, Rob.
good
Only 15
conditions.
knots.
Well,
Exactly.
coming up after us, of course, is looking forward, looking back with our man
Where is he?
Brendan.
He's
I
not
think he's
here.
around the corner. He might be
Is he here?
on
It's
the
lost.
phone. But anyway, he'll
He
be
might be
up
lost.
after us. But in the meantime, great. Thanks very much for joining us.
That's all right, my
Great.
pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
Before you go, just quickly, before we get Brendan, just as you said, your enjoyment of interleague footy and then rep footy, you're a big G for it. Anyone who gets the opportunity should do it.
Yes, it's sort of reflection of this year. It's a great group of blokes. Sort of, I think we're catching up this Saturday again. So,
Yeah,
you
really?
make lifelong friends. and-
Anniversary. One
exactly.
weekend-
No, well,
one
we didn't really
weekend
get to celebrate much Sunday night, so
Well, I think the fact also being the first Eastern Zone side actually to win
to win it exactly, we can have
That's
a
something special.
bit of reunion. But no, you do make a lot of good mates from it. You're sort of there and you stick together the whole time. So great group of blokes, and sort of now I'm mates with them sort of for life now. So
Now, was there a bit of vibe around? Hopefully, Mount Barker get another crack at it next year for Gather Round, but obviously a bit of vibe around the Barossa about them hosting a round next year.
it'd be
It's
nice.
an under, perhaps.
Yeah, it'd be nice if it stayed at the summit. Sort
I
of,
think they deserve it.
it's a perfect oval and sort of how last year panned out.
Did you go?
I did, yeah. So I worked.
That's right. You were in the advertising.
Oh, yeah, I worked on a barbecue, so.
Yeah, Samuel Collins.
Exactly.
Collins.
Get that every two days. So, no, I think the summit. It would be nice for it to be at summit, a bit close for a lot of people as well. And as a Hills local, I love it there. So,
Should have one in the hills, one out there.
yeah, I agree.
All right, Samuel, thank you very much once again, mate,
That's
for
all right.
coming.
Thank you very much for having
Congratulations
me.
on last week's effort for you and
Thanks,
Hills
Sammy, for
individually.
having me,
And
mate. You too.
we wish you
Good
and the
luck for
Roos
the
all the
year.
best, and Lackers all the best for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks,
mate.
guys.
Make sure he buys your breakfast when you see him on
I'll
Saturday
tell him
night.
Sunday. I'll make
It's
sure.
his
that he knows
Tuesday,
that,
Robbie
so.
said.
His shout.
All right, Benny,
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Thanks
so
to Mortgage
thanks
Choice,
for
Rob.
joining us.
What's the number, Jeffrey? 8398.
2955.
2955.
Well done, Benny.
I know that'll play hard.
All right, we'll see you on the call to Old Saturday live from Mount Pleasant, and also next week on the Huddle here on 88.9 FM. Thanks for watching and listening, and keep chasing your goals till then. Bye for now.
Bye. Hello.
Just stop the light feed.
Well done, Benny.
That was good.
Doing a break in.